What's good, everybody? We have made it through yet another year on the channel here. 2024 was for the plot. It was for a lot of reviews, a lot of new launches, a lot of changes in the hair routine. Like, things will probably never be the same. And we're gonna talk about all of these changes, what was new, what was impressive in this video, the review of all reviews. Now, you may or may not have already seen my empties video where I talked about all the products I finished this year just a couple weeks ago. This video is going to be different because some of these products I would never be able to finish. I wouldn't wish them upon my worst enemies. So, you know, in that case, this video is not like the others. But if you do like this style, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I am your main girl, Mel, hairstylist, curly hair specialist, but really a healthy hair enthusiast that is truly your main girl. I take every recommendation I give very seriously. So let's chat, shall we? Let's recap. We have got so many categories, but we're gonna start strong with the most valuable player. This is the product that consistently showed up, it stood out, it made such an impactful difference. In number 3, we have an honorable mention for the pattern curl mousse. This quite literally did everything you needed it to do. It defined the curls, it was lightweight, it gave incredible shine, such great hold. It was fast drying but didn't dry out the hair. A true top player. But we also had this split end slayers. Now, we cannot mend split ends, not really, not long term, but this was such a beautiful addition to the Olaplex collection. It is a true leave-in conditioner. They already had creams. We love the number 6 still great for styling, but this as a leave-in conditioner is so incredibly beautifully moisturizing, genuinely melts into the hair. My curls just looked absolutely stunning, amazing, phenomenal every time I used her. So when I didn't use her, I missed her. If you haven't already guessed it, because you haven't already tried it yourself, you've been living under a rock, the most valuable player this year was the Bounce Curl Define brush. Their little edge lift technology that they also got patented this year. Huge shout out to Bounce Curl. What a stunning, amazing small business. I love Marion. Much love to you and the team. This was really revolutionary. And, you know, when I'm doing my hair like this, I quite literally never want to live without it. You're getting not just smoothing, separating, but defining with this uniformity that you can really only get when you're using this curl. If you like your curls to look perfect and consistent and just amazing every single time, contingent on the products that you use as well, but this right here. Okay, let's move on to the next category. Next, let's talk about what surprised me the most this year. There were some things I was not expecting, and you know, I'm not good with change, but a few things happened. Number 1, the classic, iconic, best-selling, revolutionary, and truly greatest of all time. These are all words that I do not say lightly, okay? But just to get to the point, the curly hair line that really taught me what it means to create a curly routine and just introduced me to the hair world in general is the Aveda Be curly line, which got a rebrand this year, a complete rehaul with some new product additions I was not quite expecting, and I was very afraid, but after so much testing, I mean, I have never been so pleased with a brand reformulating their products. So a very pleasant surprise to Aveda. Thank you so much for not getting my hopes up, because there was a scary moment there. And you know what else is surprising? If you've ever blown out your hair and then you never know how to maintain that blowout look and you just think there's nothing I can do, this. The overnight blowout seems like a scam. It truly seems too good to be true. When you see the results, it's like, there's no way, there's no freaking way. And of course, technique is everything. But when used in the right situation, there is no doubt every time you let your hair down, you will be shocked pleasantly and carry on your hair day absolutely thriving, heat-free. Now, quick disclaimer, when you're using the overnight blowouts, these aren't magical where they're going to create a blowout look from nothing, okay? You use these when you've already blown out your hair. There's already a bit of a bend to it. You use these dry unless your hair is straight. If you've got straight hair and you're watching this, can I get a hey, I'm straight? Or that may come across as your sexual orientation. And so maybe we could say, you just clarify. Actually, that's a very simple clarification. Hey, I have straight hair and I'm here too. I love you. Okay, that is very sweet. And I will be sure to continue to make mentions for you and your hair. But yeah, you could definitely use these on hair that is damp to wake up to a curl, because that way you're setting the hydrogen bonds from the wet to dry. But for curly hair, we need a little more heat, and we want to just use these to reinforce that pattern. And honestly, these shouldn't work as good as they do, but they're so good. But finally, what was the top thing that surprised me? Well, like I mentioned, it's always shocking and a little bit scary when a brand goes through a bit of a renovation, especially if their product was already perceived to be perfect. And if you know me, since day one, or technically 3, I think, was diffusing my second video. Anyways, if you know, you know, the Dyson diffuser attachment is the greatest of all time, and I continue to stand by that. And so imagine my surprise when they wanted to come out with a new diffuser. I mean, why? Why fix what's not broken? You'll notice there's a trend here with this. This is a question I asked myself several times this year. But the good news is they didn't fix, they just added the new Wave Plus Curl diffuser from Dyson. It's got a 2-in-1 mode. You've got the removable diffuser attachment, as well as this dome, which almost acts as a bowl, a hood dryer, if you will. It actually reverses the air into the bowl when it's in this mode, so it blows down on the hair, versus once the teeth and the prongs are on, the airflow blows out. Honestly, is this in my other category? I can't remember. This is also, spoiler alert, in the best innovation category, but it was so incredibly surprising to me, and I did a full video on it if you're interested in learning more. But yeah, this was freaking cool, and it surprised me. What I'm not happy with, yeah, let's get into it. The most disappointing this year. Because we're on the topic of it, we did get a reformulation of the Verb Curl Foaming Gel this year. For anyone out of the loop, this was a product that I had originally helped formulate. Verb came to me to consult to create this product for their line. It's a gel that can foam. It was a holy grail product for many of us. And then this year they revamped the formula a little bit. Now, I had no part in that. I had no idea that was happening. None of us did. And it was very disappointing to a lot of people because the formula did change. It's a little bit heavier. It feels richer, more moisturizing. But for the people who absolutely loved it for the fact that it was fragrance-free, it now has fragrance in it. And it also just was so lightweight. Now it's a little bit too heavy for them, and it just doesn't work quite the same. It sucks. It was a disappointment. It is what it is. We move on. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing I can do. Stop asking me if I can do anything. I would if I could. We've got bigger fish to fry. That's maybe a little dramatic, but I had a moment with Ouidad this year. Now, Ouidad is a classic. They are the curl experts, and I love so many of their products. I've worked with them in the past, and this year they approached me to work with them on a new launch, which me and Amanda were both gonna work on, and after trying, we had to retry, and on the 3rd try, we had to say no again. It was just not right. We had, what was the launch even called? For whatever reason, I don't know where I put it. I may have given it away. I might have donated it earlier this year, because if something's not gonna work for me, I know it's gonna work for somebody else. But I did wanna share, it was very disappointing for me, especially they came out with an extreme hold gel, which it did nothing of the sorts. But I don't want to speak any more negatively. Maybe you have used these products and you absolutely love them. If that is the case, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Tell me about your hair type and what specifically you like, if it did work well for you, or if it didn't. Maybe validate my thoughts and feelings, because it was just not it. Okay, but that wasn't so bad. The worst of the worst. God, it hurts. It hurts. The most sad, the most disappointing actually has to go to the Olaplex number 10 Bond Shaper Gel. God, me and this product got off on the very wrong foot. First of all, this product is identical to the step 3 of the also new in-salon curl treatment that Olaplex came out with this year. It's an Olaplex treatment that is specifically supposed to give you hydration and curl definition for like 15 washes. I did a whole video on my experience. I was treated to an in-salon treatment, It's 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, that your stylist will do. And the third step is really styling and using this gel, which you can then buy. It's the number 10. The number 10 though, well, number 1, the treatment in salon was a shit show. After I used it on my own and I concluded it didn't do enough of what I wanted it to do. So that alone is disappointing. But really the gel, I find it drying on my hair. My curls never have enough hold. They frizz quickly. It's supposed to fight frizz for 72 hours. I just don't think it really lived up to any of the claims. And it's like, I love pretty much everything Olaplex has ever come out with. I really do. I love the brand. And I was so excited that they came out with a curl product. It just didn't do it for me. And I feel like I really tried to make it work. I just couldn't. For me, personally, I have used better. So this was hard to admit. But yeah, that is the most disappointing. You know what else is disappointing? I've got to say it, but Curlsmith's volume line, which they were very quiet about in terms of like who they sent PR. I used to always get PR from them. Maybe I just, I haven't worked with Curlsmith in a while. Maybe because I've been a little harsh on some of their latest launches. And when they came out with their volume line this year, I was, very curious as to why I had not heard anything about it personally. And upon our own reviews, the line does absolutely nothing for volumizing. I did a whole review if you wanted to see that. So it's unfortunate. Some things are going to be a hit, some things are going to be a miss. Doesn't mean I hate all of their products. I don't. I verbally love so many of them, but volume recipe. Now let's switch up the vibe to make things more positive again. We have saved some monies this year, honey. These are my most affordable favorites. Now there are some top brands that are kind of always in my top picks. Number 3, honorable mention to Eva NYC. Now, they have gone through so many changes, and I don't know if you've seen their latest rebrand, but they just did a complete overhaul of their entire product collection. And the new packaging is so freaking pretty. Over the years, they have tried really hard to make their packaging more sustainable. It's gone through many changes. It seems like a very exciting new era for them. And the price range of their products is around $15, which is like the higher end of low end. You know what I mean? It's like luxury affordable, luxury drugstore. And they're truly some of the best. I absolutely love them. Cheers to them for being some of the most affordable and effective. Now, what else is new? Well, I did find, I'm gonna call myself out here, I did not review enough drugstore stuff this year. And it is on my resolutions list to do more drugstore routines and reviews in the new year, because I know that's what we all want to see. So please be patient with me. Reviews are coming. But one line that we did review, and I've actually done it twice now, is the Marc Anthony Bond Repair Rescue Plex collection. That's the word. I think Marc Anthony in general as a drugstore line has got some classics. I remember using them a very, very long time ago. I've reviewed them quite a few times on this channel. There's some misses, but there's also quite a few hits. And I would say that they're a pretty good brand. There's no denying. The most affordable underdog here is none other than Tresemme. Used by professionals, as they say. I have mutuals that I've followed for years. Stylists that use these backstage, behind the scenes, New York Fashion Week. Tresemme is on the ground. They are often overlooked because they are sold at the drugstore, but it is effective hair care that works and will save you so much money if you use these. The Keratin Smooth Heat Protectant. This is new. The Keratin Smooth, it was a finishing hairspray with 48-hour humidity hold. Listen, I take this on set with me. If I'm doing weddings, when I have done weddings this year, this has been amazing. They also have an extra hold gel, which I used quite a few times this year for a wet look. They prove that you do not have to break the bank to have great hair. So they won my most affordable category. You know what I thought was really underrated though? These are on my underrated list. We have number 1, the Olaplex number 5 Moisturize and Mend Leave-In Conditioner, because I fear I am the only one talking about her. So I will bring it up every moment I can. Yes, we've already talked about this. Next, this might feel random because I don't think you've ever heard me talk about them before, not on YouTube, I don't think, but the Davines Oil Milk and Oil. I think these are going viral on TikTok. There is a reason. I've never dabbled into Davines up until this year, and the way you make me feel, the way you make me feel, it really turns me up. It really Really, I can't make it up. These smell so delicious. But we're not just talking about scents here. We do need to address the fact that these gave glass hair. We did Amanda's hair in a blowout and these are incredible. This leave-in conditioner, we just reviewed one that felt good in the hair, but it didn't give heat protection and it also didn't come out of the packaging well. This resolved all of those things with an equally, if not much better smell. Very earthy, grounded, down to earth, but luxurious scent. I just don't really hear anyone with curly hair talk about them. So honestly, I have to say underrated, and maybe we'll have to dive more into Davines. I like them. From what I've seen, I've never worked with them, but I like what I see. I like what I smell. I like what they do. But today we're giving our flowers to Tracy Ellis Ross with the pattern Palo Santo curl mousse. As I mentioned, I just truly think that this is an underrated curl mousse and it needs to be used. Do not underestimate her, really. If you put one pump too many, it will feel crunchy, like really country. Like really, I myself have gone far too far with this sometimes, and I still say I love it because I'd rather have that extra hold and crunch and remove that than not have enough. Yeah. Well, apologies. We were very rudely interrupted by this camera. What I was going to say was, these were my most expensive faves. Look away if you're a broke bestie. I'm not judging. And I'm not telling you need these. But oh my God. God damn it. These bougie products just do it for me. Oh, I have to go in my shower for that? I don't want to go into my... I just sat down cross-legged and now I have to go into my shower. Okay, fine. I gotta go. 1 second. These are just one combo of wash products that I have in my shower. They're Aveda, so they are on the pricier side. They are bougie, but my hair and my scalp absolutely love these. This is the Scalp Solutions Balancing Shampoo and Conditioner. You know what's great? You know, not if you have serious scalp concerns and conditions. We're talking dandruff, psoriasis, things of that nature. This is for scalp balancing. I have a normal scalp. It's not greasy. It's not extremely dry, but this leaves me with a really cool tingling feeling and it feels great throughout the week. So something pricey that I'm using. Also, what I'm not really using that much because I haven't had the need really to use it on myself at all, I don't think. But I have rigorously tested the K18. This is their Air Wash Dry Shampoo, which retails for 65 Canadian dollars. Okay, that is enough to make you throw up. I hate to admit it. It's incredible. I have seen it do things that no product should be able to do. It really does make the hair feel brand new, clean, fresh, not even just naturally soiled it. If you've added oils to it, I've seen it revive hair in ways that need to be studied. Actually, well, if they did studies. They've come up with their new odor buying technology. It's really a very innovative, interesting dry shampoo that if you struggle with really oily scalp, I think it's worth looking into because it's not just about absorbing the oils, but it's also about making the hair feel and smell clean and not tacky, not sticky, like you're dying to wash your hair afterwards. There's a benefit to using dry shampoos that add that tackiness, okay? It's called volume. It's giving that grit. It's giving that shape. But this is like a clean slate dry shampoo. Super expensive, but impressive. But the top number one expensive fave would have to be the product that I use the most of these, and that would be the Aveda Be Curly Advanced Coil Definer Gel, which again is in my hair right now. I'm not going to talk anymore about her, but that's it. That's not it. We have a couple more categories. Let's talk about some of the best innovations. Like I just mentioned, the K18 Air Wash Dry Shampoo was quite revolutionary. Did that come out this year or last year? I think it was. Anyways, quite revolutionary. Definitely innovative in its own way, but we've seen dry shampoo before. What haven't we seen? And well, at this point in the zeitgeist, it is very difficult to reinvent the wheel. It takes a lot of critical thinking. It requires you to look at the market and find what is missing. What is the need of the people? What is the key, the solutions to our hair's problems? Or rather, struggles. if you will. Well, I would just like to foreshadow that there's a lot of innovation coming from here to you next year. We've been cooking up some of our own stuff that we just know is going to, and I can't tell you much more about what we at the Mains by Mell team have been working on. My team of 3, that's me, my brother, and my Cease. But I want you to keep this at the top of your mind that your morning and night routine will never be the same after what we come out with next year, okay? But enough about me. Something we haven't seen, well, I do want to give an honorable mention and shout out a fellow curl friend who has their own brand. This is the Curlfriend Collective. This is their hair match scrunchie. This is Chloe's brand, aka Frizz and Frills, and we've been using her very beautiful scrunchies for a long time. But they came out with these this year, which are meant to match your hair to make them a little invisible looking. They come in a variety of different colors with these patterns that include depths and highlights that when they're in the hair really just help to blend. A very cool innovation. What else was pretty mind-blowing? Well, Dyson, the vacuum turned hair care brand, at this point they're doing everything, they moved into beauty. Dyson launched their own hair care to complement all of the tools that they have come out with, and specifically the post-style serum. I mean, the packaging aside, I gotta scoop that up. I'll just put it in my hair. This rat here is the post-style serum. It's not like any other serum you've ever used because it's not like an oily serum. It's actually a serum that helps to add hold to the hair. Their hair care's key ingredient is chitosan, which is derived from mushrooms, oyster mushrooms to be exact. And what it does is help reinforce this style memory that you have created on your wash day, so your hair lasts you longer without falling or getting frizzy. And I wouldn't say it's a silky serum, it's almost a little bit tacky, just to give you a little extra grit and hold. And again, style memory. Very different from what we're used to for a finishing serum. Not like something we've ever seen Dyson come out with. The refill of it all. The fact that you can also tap the product to your phone and you will get an NFC tag that you just tap that will automatically take you directly to the product page so you can learn more about it and maybe get a mini tutorial as you're using and styling. It's cool. But on the topic of Dyson, I do think what's even cooler from them, actually just the airwrap. The airwrap ID. They now made a version of the airwrap that can Bluetooth connect to your phone where you create a hair profile and it will basically style your hair for you. At the click of a button, you wrap your hair and it will automatically change the temperature, let the style hold, cool shot, and tell you when to drop. So you get consistent curls all throughout your head. And they're basically telling you it could not be any easier. There's no more excuses for your hair to fall or for an inconsistent style. It's truly, I mean, added to the most expensive faves category as well. But the airwrap ID, very, very cool technology. But it's also just great for those who aren't good at doing their hair, but those who are very interested in hair care and want to style their hair amazingly. They just don't really have the skills or the tools. That is, the airwrap ID is the tool. It's too cool. It's too cool. Now let's switch it up to styles for a minute. We talked a lot about what products have been trending, but what were the trending styles that we saw in hair? We've moved on a little bit from 90s-ish. I mean, you can always style your hair however you want, but I think we're now in a more Y2K era where we're looking for sleeker, wet looking styles, maybe a little bit more length, or maybe doing some slicked, half up, half down moments as well. But yeah, more tamed hair in a lot of ways. I myself have experimented with a lot of different wet looks this year, but a wet look just gives this, it's baddie energy. It is. This can be too, but this is also very cutesy. This hair. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I get called cute. I swear to God, as a grown woman, if you call this fucking hair fucking cute one more fucking time, I'm gonna fucking stop. It's not that serious. But yeah, the wet look definitely had a moment. Then of course, as we mentioned, the overnight curlers, the blowouts in general. We've just seen so many people blowing out their hair. So many curlies no longer afraid of using a little bit of heat because we're not talking about flat frying, okay? Flat ironing, AKA frying. We're talking about blow drying. using heat protectants. It's really okay. Especially when we don't have to continue applying heat throughout the week. Blowouts have had such an incredible comeback. I love the versatility that we as curlies have. And I think switching up our hair from the curls every once in a while, personally for me, helps me gain a bigger appreciation for my curls. But besides that, I feel like styling wise, we've gone very simple, a little bit more elegant, less of like the really chunky claw clip styles. And we've seen a lot of French pins this year, which I love. They may seem tricky to use at first, but once you get a hang of it, they're super easy and very elegant. A great way to dress up the hair, or again, just to take some of the hair out of your face without doing a simple pony or even a claw clip, which is not always comfy, especially not when you're driving. Now, what was the most trending product? Well, this product category launched at least 3 times this year, and 3 was enough for me to notice that things are trending. I've seen a lot of people talk about and use wax sticks. This one is specifically the Briogeo Style and Treat Yuzu plus Plum Oil Sleek Stick, but I also saw Kitsch. They came out with a wax stick. Not Your Mother's came out with a more affordable wax stick. What's great about it, and why I think these have become so popular, is you can slick down the hair without it being crunchy like a gel. And because these are also containing a lot of nourishing ingredients and oils, they're actually kind of beneficial for the hair. They're nourishing, more gentle than maybe a drying hair gel. It's just something I've definitely noticed, especially in the sleek category. Okay, if you do like to slick your hair back a lot, I've just seen a lot more people reach for wax sticks as opposed to gels and pomades. Me? Yeah, what about me? I'm so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed to admit this. This is my most embarrassing moment on the channel, and through this I have a big apology. There was a brand that reached out to me to send their product, and the review that I gave, I mean, I'm very honest about the review. I was a little brutal. The product was absolutely not for me. I have to stand by that. But I also roasted it so badly because I thought the product came from a very well-known established brand. But I basically cussed out Tangle Teezer because I thought this brush was a Tangle Teezer brush. The packaging looked just like it. The product itself looked just like a Tangle Teezer brush. The handle, the color pink. I was in my brain thinking, okay, Tangle Teezer. Even the shape of the teeth. I don't know why I read the packaging and assumed it was Tangle Teezer, but it itself was its own brand. And I feel really bad about how I just like was so kind of harsh in my review and just like kind of tossed it to the side like, this is trash. Next, obviously speaking from someone who doesn't like wide tooth combs, don't use wide tooth combs personally, and just didn't find the product itself very effective, I did still feel bad for that. But Detangle Duet, I apologize sincerely for any harm that I did to your feelings. I'm being sincere. Anyways, you know what was hilarious? Just a little Maids by Mell moment. Some of the funniest moments on the channel. I definitely had some moments that were very funny, but
it smells like something I've smelled before.
It does. I felt the same way about the mask.
It kind of has a foot smell at the end. Is that your feet?
No, I think it's your feet.
I just got a whiff of like feet at the end.
Is it me?
No. I got a whiff of feet at the end there. Okay, spraying it.
Well, it did not show up on the hair at all. Usually it takes a minute for a cast to develop, so that's interesting.
Oh, I don't like the end of the smell. It smells like when I used to play soccer and I used to put my dirty socks, like the soccer sock after a game or practice, in my bag and they were wet, and then they'd sit in there for a little bit when I got home and I opened the bag. That's what it smells like. Not as bad, but like it has like this like moldy wet sock smell at the end.
I have a confession to make, and it's, you know, it's never easy when you're being vulnerable with nearly 1 million people on the interwebs, but I have a problem, and that includes holding on when it's time to let go. Unless it's a fart. That didn't need to happen. I might have just soiled myself. It's rap and it's not rat. Oh my God. But finally, what were the best times? The best of the best product routines. My favorite combo, without a doubt, was this right here what is currently in my hair. I would be remiss, it would be wrong not to mention what is in my hair right now. So this is in fact the combo of the year. The hair that has been doing it for me almost each and every week. Prep with the Be Curly Primer, as well as a little Olaplex number 5 Moisturizing Men Leave-In Conditioner. This acts as my cream. And I top things off with a coil definer gel. Brushed it through with the Bounce Curl brush, and then topped it off with just a little bit more gel. Diffused, of course. Or when I use the mousse. And so just by looking at that, my most used brand of the year was definitely Aveda and their Be Curly Advanced Collection. Truly a fave, so incredible. These two newbies that we will continue using. But we will finish with the very last category, the number 1 most used product that was not yet mentioned here. That goes to my detangler. This is the Unbrushed Detangling Brush, and it has hair in it. I'm sorry, I did not clean it, but it's the best. It is used in every routine. Every time I'm detangling my hair, I'm using this thing. So yeah, that makes this my most used product of the year. Did I get you there? Does that count? I don't want to hear it. What I do want to hear is what your number 1 game-changing product this year has been. Like what completely shook you to your core, became a revolutionary staple that you love and you just want to share with me and your curl friends. Please do so in the comment section. I would just like to add how grateful I am to have you here watching this video, but also any video that you stumbled across of mine this year that you took the time to watch, that you hopefully laughed and learned at, and that has continued to bring you back. It is such a gift. I love spending each and every week with you. I look forward to exploring new horizons next year. We will be entering a bit of a new space as we are expanding the brand. But also as a person, I'm expanding, I'm growing. I have lots of big plans for next year that I'd love to take you along, not just about my hair. And so if you're in for the journey, then make sure that you are subscribed to me here on this channel, as well as over on Instagram and TikTok if it doesn't get banned. Weird times that we are in, but we're going to be very optimistic for 2025. We are going to 2020 thrive, and we're gonna start strong next year with our new video, which we're gonna take a week break. We're going on vacation, but we're gonna come back with some brand new tips on how you can be the best of the best, your best of the best, because this year we're leveling up. Note it and quote it, okay? From your main girl Mel, your curly hair bestie. I hope you're ready. Happy New Year. I love you so much, and I'll see you next year. Peace. Merry Christmas, by the way, and a happy All right. Okay, 1 second, please. Let me know if I look stunning. Is there anything I see? Oh, fuck, I'm only at 2% battery. Fuck! I'm gonna have a bowel movement. I feel like I need to sing a song. You know what I mean? So, I need a little Aretha. Aretha, are you with me? What you want is a review with me. What you need is to recap with me. Hold on. I need a mic. It's the end of the year indeed. Recap every thing with me. Yeah, RECAP with me. Let's get into the tea. RECAP. Yeah. Bye.